Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Today what we have is a eBay package, and this particular one I believe is filled with Victorian goodies. Now I have to thank my audience because I'm getting just enough revenue now from the advertising that I can extend myself slightly. So I'm starting to pay a little bit more. I think this was like a $40 auction. Previously, I used to only try to pay like 20 bucks for something. The thing to always remember about eBay is that it never stops being a gamble. Like, even if you think you know what you're getting, probably not. But with that little bit of advertising revenue, thanks to you, especially people who've helped a lot by sharing the videos, but commenters, I've learned a huge amount from you, and you know, YouTube is now paying me enough that I can splurge a little bit. And I'm going to try to be purchasing auctions that I think have education potential in addition to being interesting. I'm going to still, of course, always try to get gold, but I also want to grab some auctions that I think are of value in terms of learning things. And the Victorian jewelry is always interesting because it looks really good. And the big reason it looks really good is that, like what we see here, you see the little faces of all of these. The reason that this extremely old thing still looks like shiny and gold, in this case and on here, let me zoom in, is because that is karat gold. That's probably like rolled gold, and in each one of these little caps is actually like a little plate of gold. But if we look at it, I don't think the whole thing is going to be gold. Let me see if I can easily get it off here. There we go. So if we flip it over, you see we're definitely looking at something that's got some age to it. But like here, we can see this is brass on the back. And then we can see, even though we're looking at gold, see that little plate that's put onto the end of this brass? Those little plates right there are gold. Each little one is a little bit of gold that they put on the face, which is why it looks so good, even though it's so old, because it is gold. This green gold here is also gold. Now, I think we're missing something. There was something here, and there was something here at one point. So this is definitely a damaged piece. But you can also see, like, right there, see that little lip? That is showing us where the sheet of green gold is, as opposed to the brass that's behind it. Now, how much gold is contained in a piece like this? It's not insignificant. These little dots are probably 9 karat, and the green gold is maybe 9 or 10 karat too. So there's like a little bit in there. The problem is getting it out. And then the other thing too is a piece like this is probably worth someone's effort to maybe replace something here and there, especially if you have like a jeweler who's learning. Restoring a piece like this could be a really neat thing to do. So it would be a shame to try to get just that little half gram or third of gram of gold out of there. But it is very good for us to actually see. We've got green gold, we've got rose gold, and maybe glass, maybe garnets. I'm not sure on that one. That isn't why I purchased this lot. This is actually why I purchased the lot. We'll have a look at that one here in a sec. Now, at the end of the video, the pictures will also be available for you, so you can see what I was looking at when I purchased this one. We'll pull that one off in a second. I'd like to have a look at this one. The way that the stone here is set with these big prongs that come out, generally I don't see actual precious metals with that kind of a setting. But now that I see this in person, it's a little shinier than I thought it was. So I'd like to take it off and have a look-see. And all of this stuff I think is 1800s. Yeah, so we have just a lower quality piece. You can see a nice big rivet there. And it's going to be plated. Oftentimes this stuff is a little damaged too. You can see this whole thing is bent. It's a cool pin, but it's just plated. Okay, I've looked at those two. I think this is probably marcasite. Could be in silver. I'm guessing probably not. Yeah, that doesn't look like silver to me. Not a super high quality piece for sure. This is a real good example of some tarnish. You can see we've got tarnish. Now, tarnish will happen on 9 carat and 10 carat pieces. We always want to remember that. If something's old and it's been around and it's maybe been treated poorly, that doesn't mean that it won't tarnish up. But we can see something really cool here. You can see with this star how untarnished that is, whereas everything around it is a lot more tarnished. You can see on the face here, as opposed to that, where we've got quite a bit of tarnish, but none at all. So the star is probably a higher quality or a higher carat of gold. If this is gold at all, this could just be plate. Now we're missing, this one's broken. It looks like we're missing the pin right there, which is fine. Did not purchase it expecting this to not be broken. But I'm not seeing signs of this being anything other than a mixture of rolled gold and probably gold plate. But the fun thing about a piece like this is that they could clean up quite nicely. And it can be quite pretty. This would be a fairly easy fix, I think. Let's have a double check on the pin here. That's weirdly shiny. Also, with pieces like this, you can have a situation where like something like this could be carat gold, whereas the rest isn't. In this case, I don't think that's the case. But you know what? If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, because I've learned a tremendous amount from you awesome, awesome people in the comments. All right, I want to inspect this one. We're saving the best for last, or at least what I hope is the best. But part of why I like buying lots is because it gives me lots of different things to have a look at. So I like what's going on here. See if there's any markings. I like that this can be a pendant or a pin. I think that's pretty cool. Does that say something right there? It could be hard to tell on these old pieces. Nope. Now, if we look close, so we're looking at gold, and then we can see how it's a plate of gold. So that would be rolled gold on the surface there. You see how nice and shiny this is? This is probably like just green gold leaves, maybe 9 carat. And this piece, given its shine, might also be 9 carat. And the fact that it goes through and looks pretty good on the back. So this is going to be plate, probably, or brass underneath, with probably 9 or 10 carat Gold leaves. Now these might not be solid all the way through. That leaf could just be on the surface, like these are. You can see these are on the edge with our little plate there. So is there a lot of gold in that? Yeah, absolutely. There's quite a lot of gold in something like this. With gold as high as it is, I think we did very well for our $40 on this lot. Now, we will have done fabulously well if this actually turns out to be what I hope it turns out to be. I think this is a watch pin, and that your watch hangs off of there. And it does say something here, doesn't it? Co. RS Co, maybe? PS Co. Now, I had hoped from the pictures that what I was looking at there was maybe a carat marking, but I don't think it was. Part of what I liked in the pictures on this one is it had a real nice shine on the back still. And my biggest worry was that it was just plate, and this being shinier and then turning a little brassier was what prompted me to think that it might just be plate. Now that I look at it too, the quality of it, see how these are just kind of cut out or stamped out? That doesn't preclude something from being made out of gold, but it reduces the chance of it a little bit. And that stone looks like it's probably paste or glass. Definitely not a diamond. But just because a stone is glass doesn't necessarily mean that it wouldn't have been gold. Remember that there used to be a lot of glass was much more common to be used way back when. All right, we're going to go ahead and gold test this one. I think it's good enough to gold test. And I think we'll also, this one isn't going to be gold, but what it might be is this chain could be. I don't know. I think we'll touch that one again. Why don't you let me know in the comments if we should come back and gold test this and this. I don't think they are based on the construction of the rest of the piece. This is the only one that I think might have been gold in this lot. So we're gonna go ahead and go acid test this one. But let me know in the comments what you want me to do about this. I have a very specific place I'm putting all of this Victorian stuff because I'm gonna make a Victorian video. So I will be absolutely certain I know exactly where that is. All right, let's go set up and do some acid testing. All right, here we go. Let's see, I think we'll do probably right there. And we'll make sure we get down through it. So one of the things that I found about acid testing is if you're worried that something's plate or fill or rolled gold, you want to make sure that you actually do a pretty good scratcheroo and get down through whatever the surface is. Otherwise, you are the material that you're putting down that you're going to acid test ends up being whatever's on the surface, which is probably gold plate. So let's hit this with our 10 karat acid. Now, it could, if it is gold, it could certainly be 9 karat. I find the 10 karat acid is working for 9 karat testing pretty well. This one is not, though. You can see right away, I think, that away it goes. Maybe? Those bubbles don't seem right to me. I have never seen gold bubble like that. Yeah. So this one is not 10 karat. It's also not 9 karat. Because 9 karat will take a little longer to get through. Now let's see if we can at least have an extra bit of value here. See what that does. It's eating that too, but see how it's a little slower? That's because there is a little bit of gold that we took off with the first scratch. Not much though. I think this is probably plated, this piece. Not gold fill, which is interesting. I would have thought that this would at least be gold fill based on how good it looks. You know, you can see there's some, let me use this. I've got a colored pencil for a pointer here. You can see how that's bent down. So this thing's been around for a while. I would expect it to have actually been a little bit worse for wear from that. We're gonna do one more test just because I'm curious. I'm just gonna do a very light one on the surface here. Not enough to damage it, but enough to see what happens. Holding pretty strong. So it's got a pretty thick plate on the front, I think, which is why it looks pretty good. Now it's going away, which indicates to me that this is plate and not gold fill. So this was the one that I was hoping was gold. I think what ended up happening with this was that it's just in very nice condition. And that's the thing to always remember when you're buying this old stuff is I like the old stuff because it usually means it's been around for a long time and it's had time to become damaged and worn. But, you know, when this thing was new, it looked like this and it stayed more or less new for most of its life as far as I can tell, which is why I thought it might be gold. And a big reason I bought the lot. Now, that said, the lot was only $40. And with the price of gold, I'm certain there's at least $40 worth of gold in there. I think they're very nice pieces in addition to that. So they're things that I'm not unhappy in any way. Now, had this been 10 karat, I'd be over the moon. But as it sits, I'm not unhappy. And always remember, when you are buying eBay lots, that you want to be happy with whatever it's going to be before you press that buy it now button or make that bid. Because most of the time when you buy stuff off of eBay, it's not going to be what you hope for. I don't know if I have a better piece of advice than that when it comes to eBay. But with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. And most importantly, I hope that you were able to learn something from it that you can use to go out and find yourself some treasure.
Like this, I've been Thomas.